assume it's
You like
Sarita
that?
or Shadow that's awesome.
All right. I think we're live,
Oh,
people.
oh, hold on just a second. Hold on. Unless it's it said yeah, on my other end it says I guess we're good. Yeah. Everybody get over Jimmy! Woo!
Hey, we are live, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle femmes, queerlings, everybody in between. Welcome to the first official poetry event of the 2021 Southern Fried Poetry Competition. That's right, it's the LGBTQIA plus slash queer open mic. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I'm so excited that you are here with me, whether you are here in the Zoom with me, whether you're live in YouTube land with me, whether you're watching this months later because you fell into a poetry rabbit hole and you stumbled across this. I'm just excited that you're here with us. Southern Fried is a phenomenal poetry event that happens every year, week-long poetry event. This year, because of the pandemic, it is virtual, and we are coming to you via the virtual space. We are still sharing space and finding spaces to uplift voices and to celebrate the poetry and the work of the people in our communities. And tonight, specifically, we are highlighting the work of our queer individuals in the poetry community. I use queer as an umbrella term, and everything that falls underneath that. Absolutely, if you want a more specific term, please just let me know, and I will be more specific when referring to you specifically. But we are here to celebrate everything that is queer about us and our experiences and our identity and the poetry that we write. And I'm just putting this out there. The poem doesn't have to be about being queer. The fact that you wrote it and you're a queer writer makes it a queer poem. Boom. Done. Moving on. So we've got a really great list of poets right here that are going to be coming up and sharing their work. I am so excited to hear from them. Everybody that's joining on Zoomland already knows, keep yourself muted. Let's go ahead and celebrate the work silently. Throw some love in the chat for the people that are here with us in the Zoom. Throw some love in the chat. That's how you can show your love and support. Quote lines that you love. If you're watching on YouTube, comment. Use the comment section to quote lines that you love, to throw some love. But keep yourselves muted. Do the little silent applause. That way we can really highlight the work and the words that are being celebrated. So that being said. Y'all, let's get this going. Let's get this going. It's night one of Southern Fried. It's night one of my birthday week. Hashtag Gemini season. Here we go. On deck, we have Sydney. On deck, we have Sydney. But going first, because no one likes to go first, let's just break the ice, y'all. Give it up for Chibi. Okay. Here we go. It's Pride season, y'all. See, I used to carry shame like a shield, and all its weight. Shoulder to Wyoming fence post, station to station, hunched and hurting. 14 years to Mount Calvary, walking straight with all that weight. Eventually, a tomb where I could disappear. The closets, where I put on costume and courage to walk this dark sanctuary in broad daylight. El único joto. Solo, soltero y asustado. I've seen the beatings, heard the sermons. Bullets, belts, blessings, 10 Hail Marys for each impure thought, and a long shot wish to shed this shield, unholster history, but all its weight felt like a burden, felt like oppression, felt like an island in a small town where out and proud looked like X marks the spot. I white knuckled that shield, buried my nails into my palms, self imposed stigmata until I realized a barrier looks like a bullseye for bullies. And I was tired of being target practice. See, if I was gonna be fodder, let me be juicy. Let me be rich. Let me drip wet shine. Let me be gold light and fighter, for fear has no home in my hunger. So I sharpened that shield into a spear, leather bound, and harnessed the healing hands of history, black, brown, and brick. So here, Here is to the riots that changed everything, to the coded language making it possible to find friends of Judy this side of the rainbow, to the milk cartons thrown at beautifully flamboyant bodies, to the bruises, the bloody lips, to the blood, a grill of rubies, a string of pearls, a limp wrist, and a hard, cocky attitude serving shade and spilling tea to the boys, too fluid to walk a straight line, losing cold nights in a celibate jail cell, to the tenacity of love, to the audacity of a kiss, to the times that I've said, I'm tired, but kept going, to the times I was too tired to keep going, to the nail polish chipped off before coming home, for those of us who couldn't come home, to the eyeliner turned black eye and the right hook instinctually buried in that pious jaw, to counselors and experimenting on college campuses, to reclaiming pink triangles and feeling my fabulous faggoty self emanating every shade of hair dye, to Alex and Hangout and Standout and QPOC, to the girls that were actually boys, to the boys who were actually neither, to the friends that listened, to the parents that never left us, to the family we found when everybody left us. For Matthew and Bree, Merci and Ria. For hundreds more buried without a headline. To Harvey, to Marcia, to Baldwin, to Ginsberg, Guillermo, Gloria, Eddie and Gianni, to Annie and Elton and Freddie, to India, MJ, Dominique, and Billy, to Bunny, to Rue, George, Ricky, Whitney, to Cher, Goddess Almighty, light and fighters all, to the pain and struggle that binds us, to our past victories and the losses ahead, to the journey to the light, to the future, to the fighters, to those that throw punches, to those that write memes, to the squad soldiering the steps of Congress, to the shy and uncomfortable souls still searching. Déjame decirte, el único joto ya no está solo. Somos luz. Somos luchadores. Somos lo que somos. We have found our home. We have found each other. We are light and fighters all. Thank you so much, people. All right, here we go. We are kicking this off. It's Gemini season. There's just something in the energy. I'm feeling it. We're living for it. I'm seeing the people. It is living. I see you, poet. I see you, poet. So here we go. I said it. Sydney was on deck, so that's who's coming up next. On deck is Ascension the Artist. But right now, y'all in the comments section, both here on Zoom and in YouTube land, I need you to show some love. Apparently, the asterisk is how we snap. The asterisk is how we snap. Random words is how we celebrate. Show some love for Sydney.
Passing is camouflage for espionage. Hateful humans with your quaint little categories, I am not your friend. You see my eyes and skin, so you let the N-word slip. Like you can't see my lips, hips, and hair. I am married to a man, so you let the F slurs flow. By the way, your girlfriend is hot and staring, and I am not your friend. I was born here. Anyone seeking refuge is my personal guest. I am cis with an English degree. Singular they is not complicated. I stand with the wronged. I'm able-bodied. I stand for those who can't physically stand. I know when to speak up and when to listen, when to use the system and when to rise against it. It is a skill battle-tested, forged in the Louisiana sun. When you see me, hold your tongue. I am not your friend. Thank you.
Yo, show some love for Sydney. Yes, yes, kicking it off. Okay, okay, here we go. Here we go. That's right. That this engine is running. We are rolling. On deck is gonna be Doran, but coming up next to this microphone, y'all make some noise for Ascension. Some virtual noise, some quiet noise, some in the chat noise for Ascension, the artist.
The title of this poem is called I Apologize. I apologize for my ignorance towards you, and I pray you forgive me of my lack of empathy. My thoughts were broken between my faith and homosexuality. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, but how could I say I love God and have hatred in my heart towards the LGBTQ community? Because my heart harbored anger and bitterness of you, and my behavior have invoked condemnation. And for that, I apologize for my ignorance. But as I have grown, my Father softened my stubbornness, not overnight, more like the evolution of a marathon. I don't know what the future will bring, but I could say today that I love you unconditionally with the love of God, without malice, without misguided misunderstanding, but I'm not perfect. I have bitterness in my heart that needs to be rooted out. Like the time a gay man pursued me in front of my wife, I justify years of resentment from that encounter. I felt embarrassed and angry and harbored years of bitterness inside me. And for that, I'm so sorry, and I pray you forgive me. I have no right to have hatred under any circumstances towards you, and I thank you for your patience.
Y'all show some love in the comment section for Ascension the artist. Life is a process, y'all. Life is a process. We all are on a journey together. Gender and sexuality is fluid, y'all. So we are all on this process together. Appreciate your words. Thank you so much. Siren is on deck, but coming up next to the microphone, I'm going to say the name the way it is spelt on the screen. Y'all make some noise, show some love in the chat, in the comment sections for Doran.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just Doran. That's my Instagram handle if anyone wants to connect. Yeah, so my name is Doran. I'm from New York City. I'm a songwriter, producer, trumpet player person, and I'm releasing a song on June 25th called Karma. And it's about kind of my experience in high school, just like being on apps like Grindr and stuff, and just like the self-esteem issues I was going through and that type of thing. And so yeah, I'm gonna perform it right now. Oh, also it's featuring my friend Troy, so you'll hear her on it too. I don't know you, I don't know your name, but I'll let you run over me and cause me pain. What do? You manipulative you. Why do you hold so much value? To me, you're a gem, but sometimes you're not. It's awful for me, cause you make my heart cry. Wasted so much time, killing brain cells in my mind. I hope I can be repaired. Won't answer
trust this your wish, 'cause now I'm alive, but I'm cold. Done with this, there's nothing to miss. I tried to pack my mind, but it's still taking hits. Can't control the world, but I deserve a steady hand. And when I'm in my bed, I can't control my body. I'm feeling nothing, no. I'm just a simple hobby for you to play on any day, so please. Talk to myself, won't answer your calls. Speak to myself and break down these walls. Come as a gift, and it's coming for you. Crazy, I see much you made me like this. Did you want me? Damn, it was this your wish, 'cause now I'm alive, but I'm cold. Can't get you sitting in my head, out my room, out my bed. Who do you think you are? Can't get rid of these scars, get no cuts there. Remembering your hands in my head. Use like drug abuse, I'm just your muse. You want to need, charge over me. I'll be your clown, really lovely now. Just see past my body, under my eyes, tell you the lies. Did you hear me say no? But I guess that's how it goes. Turn my heart and made it stone, and my blood run cold. Talk to myself, won't answer your call. Scream to myself and break down these walls. Come always up, bitch, coming for you. Crazy, I seem, but you made me like this. For me, damage was this your wish. Now I'm alive, but I'm cold.
Thank you. Yeah, that's available for pre-save. I'll put the link in the chat.
Y'all, everybody show some love for Doran. Doran giving us some Frank Ocean vibes. Coming through with I don't know if it's a Southern Fried First, but it's a Southern Fried First for me, with a whole ass produced track here on this open mic.
Thank you.
Love it. Love in the chat for Doran, and all the hate in the chat for social medias that make you feel less about yourself, and hookup apps that like absolutely suck, because they could have had a whole ass artist, and all they have now is Lockjaw and a salty ex. Okay, so fuck them bitches. Thank you, Doran. Thank you, Doran, for sharing your work.
So much.
Yeah. Moving on. Our on deck is before we move on, if you're here in the Zoom with us and you want to get on this queer open mic, just send us a message in the chat. I'll put your name on the list. We rolling, people. We rolling. On deck is Millennial Hissy Fit. Hashtag. But coming up next is a poet that promised us some puppy play. For all my homosexuals in the room, it's not what you thinking, but you still gonna like it. Y'all make some noise for Siren.
He is being so stubborn, Chibi. He is not having any of this, and I'm trying so hard. Hey, everybody. Especially for SoFried, especially for Pride Month, especially for the almost decade since the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell in our military. Thanks for allowing me to share the microphone with so many dope, absolutely amazing poets from the Pride community. This poem helped me come through during my time in the military as a bi but non-binary poet, and so I hope you all enjoy. I'm on the phone with my mother for my normal bi-monthly check-in. Since last we spoke, life has completely upended, grabbed me by the ankles and shaken the willpower loose from my pockets, hope rattling and rolling down the sidewalk for all the watchful world to judge. And for right now, she's the human embodiment of every piece of unsolicited advice I have ever received. What you need to do is this. What you should do is this. No, don't do it that way. What you should do is slow your roll. I'm going my own pace. She says her recommendations are the good ones, and that talking to me is, admittedly, like talking to a wall. But in my room, my walls are white and plain and tall, not because I am white or plain or tall, but because the base paint is a top coat of potential I've never committed to changing. My walls are blank, slightly scuffed only by Bob Ross brushes, happy little mistakes of some construction crew. If anyone else came into my room, it would be whatever they could make of it. My walls do not call me names using words I've never heard. My walls do not try to make sense of things for me, twist definitions to fit their expectations, lean ladders to the pinnacle of someone else's potentials. My walls do not judge if I go to church or how I worship. My walls do not judge if I wear a wedding ring for a female or other partner. My walls do not judge if I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks or in luxury's lap. My walls do not care how pristinely those poker chips are stacked against those who have more light or life or reason, those who felt opportunity, pressure cooking, privileged experiences, because my bedroom walls, they don't close in. Even when the open air is claustrophobic, they hold their space. My walls do not erase my experiences. They listen when I come to them. And the quietest room in the entire world is negative 9.4 decibels in Minnesota, and it absorbs all the noise from inside and blocks out the outside. It's so quiet, you can hear your heart beating, your man heart, your woman heart, your genderqueer heart, your heart of every color, your pagan or Abrahamic heart. It's so quiet, you can hear your lungs filling with the same air that existed everywhere else in the world at some point in time. But if you stay there too long, you'll go crazy. My walls have a door for whenever I'm ready. When the space has been held, I hold head high as I leave in the direction of conviction and intention. My mom, she says her recommendations are the good ones, and that talking to me is like talking to a wall. But I only hope that I could be a wall. Standing firm, listening, protecting, and holding space. Thank you.
Y'all show some love in the comment section and in the chat for Siren. Thank you so much for that poem. And shout out to everyone, because sometimes language gives us the tools that we need in order to find our place in this world. Sometimes language also constricts us and does not allow us to be the fullest expression of ourselves. So for whoever you are and wherever you fall in this spectrum of a rainbow, know that you are valid, you are wanted, and you are welcome in this space. So shout out to Siren for that poem, and to all of y'all for just existing as beautiful sentient creatures. So moving on, people. On deck we have V Twist, but coming to the microphone right now. Hashtag. I'm making this a hashtag, okay? Dibs, called it. Making it a hashtag if it doesn't already exist. Y'all show some love in the comment section for Millennial Hissy Fit.
It does already exist as a hashtag, thanks to somebody being petty and trying to start a Facebook argument and telling me I was throwing a millennial hissy fit. But yeah, honesty drips from my lips, slick and sickening. Trans, My transness runs down my body, slick and dripping from my pores, but not a bead of perspiration breaks the surface. This is no longer something that sends shivers down my spine and cold sweats to break out. It is me, with all its honesty. An honesty that is one time was sickening to me. Trans. My transness hides in the fabric of my skin, the folds of my fat. It doesn't flaunt as something to be seen or understood. It is for my own understanding. So long we have been expected that our transness should pour from us in a neat package. The sweat there, but can't ever be seen. You can accept us if you expect us. Sickening. I hear the word stick in your slick throat. Trans. You have no base in your reality, so you choose to judge. Unlike me, I do not choose to be trans. I am. Honesty. My dress is not political until you make it political. Each piece of fabric, a battle cry, every earring worn, a shot to your ideal that it is no more the default. You ask me what sickening thing happened to make me like this, when it's just my slick honesty you cannot digest. Trans. When you ask me, are you a boy or a girl? Well, you see, I am neither. I am a sickening goddess created from the slick sea foam formed in the forge with earnest honesty. I am me. Trans. Neither here for your affirmation or pity or your praise. I am trans with all of its slick, sickening honesty. Thank you.
Y'all show some love for Millennial Hissy Fit and all his sick, slick, thick drip that he just dropped on this open mic. Okay. So that's the kind of night we have, and I'm all for it. Okay, people, show some love. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Please correct me. I am human and fallible and completely stupid at most times, but I'm also willing to learn. Love this. Okay, we're gonna move on. However, somebody asked me to put Spectrum on the list. I have put Spectrum on the list. I don't see Spectrum in the participant list. Spectrum, if you are here, just shoot me a message to make me know, let me know that you're here, okay? But Spectrum is here. Spectrum is here. Got it. Great. Fantastic. Thank you. Melanie Yayo Carter, you are on deck. But coming up next to the stage, y'all show some love for V. Twist and shout.
How are y'all doing? I still can't see anybody, but I'm gonna do my best to give you this poem. My girlfriend and I have never seen a healthy relationship, yet want one from each other. Fuck. I'm talking childhood on up. I mean, if I told you about our childhood experiences, your brains would be doing a somersault. It's just like pepper and salt. One can run your pressure up. The other with too much can mess the entire meal up. And somehow with these bad memories, bad habits, and trust issues, our intentions are to build a home, a safe place for each other out of these shitty bricks. What a foundation. Our trust levels are low, though we say we trust each other. Truth be told, we don't trust each other any further than we can throw one another. Mentally, with paranoia as my cadence, I have prepared to say goodbye to another. She doesn't know this, but I cried in the shower because I'm so Southern, after our third petty argument in preparation for what seemed like an inevitable breakup. Yet she's still here, pushing on, and we continue to make up. I can't make this up. Our arguments haven't gotten any better either. Our words have become knives we've left sitting over a raging fire, ready to cut through just about anything. Matter of fact, I find myself a lot of the times replaying our arguments between us, just so I can come up with some slick shit to say back to her, so there's nothing left to discuss. And I know it's petty as fuck, but I know her well enough to know she hasn't dropped it and will come at me crazy, like being in South Carolina during summer with the heat still turned up. I often ask myself, how do we make this work? Despite the misunderstandings, the miscommunications, our fights, or the problems that are guaranteed to occur. How do we guard our hearts individually, but want them to come together as one? How do we keep this relationship and guarantee no extra damage to one another? How do we have this, as far as we're concerned, losing combination, yet try our hardest to keep the relationship intact? I guess I'll have to write another poem once I have the answer to that. Thank you.
Oh, V Twist just hitting us in the feels there. Oh, I'm recovering. I'm a recovering emotionalist is what's happening right now. Right in the heart, says Millennial Hissy.
I appreciate
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your words. Thank you so much for your words. And don't get it twisted. This poet will write a poem about you, okay? If you break that heart. So thank you so much for your words. We only have a couple of poets left on this open mic list. Again, if you're here in the Zoom with us and you want to share a poem and you are in the queer umbrella or would like to address the queer variety, we're celebrating queer voices here tonight. Like, just send me a comment there in the comment section. We'll put you in there. That way we can make sure that your voice is heard as well, because we want to celebrate all the voices here tonight. But coming up next on deck is Spectrum. Coming up next to the microphone, Melanie Yayo Carter.
Hey. All right, so boom. I was fucking a woman long before I knew I was bisexual. Because every time you came to me with a taste of her juices on your lips and kissed mine, we intertwined in a crazy kind of way. We didn't even know each other, but we knew each other's bodies. See, you were playing house in two different homes. She and I were both laying claims on something that was never ours to own, calling ourselves wifey when your ass was just a rolling stone. You were rolling from bed to bed, dropping lines the game sprinkled on the entire heads, but me, shit. I knew you were mine. You are my king, my candy-coated chocolate Adonis, and you never gave me any red flags to make me run from it, so I embraced you, laced you with melodic notes from my poetry soul. And we all know there's nothing more potent than a passionate poet, so my love was the fucking truth, but it was wasted on you because your heart was nothing more than a wasteland. Pollution at its best, presenting me with genocide, but I guess you can call it suicide because I was willing. So here I was in this love triangle, not even knowing it exists with me, you, and this other bitch sharing a dick that wasn't even all that to begin with. But hey, it was all that to me because I cared. And the smiles on the faces of others and on that of neighbors, but that of laughter because they knew my happily ever after would turn into World War III soon, and they were just waiting on a sonic boom I didn't even see coming. But it came, and quite ironically, it was a quiet, calm day in January when fate came knocking at my door, and she said, "Your fiance has been my boyfriend for 2 years or more." My heart stopped, my stomach dropped, concrete blocks smashed into the house my fairy tale love lived. It was she, the other woman. It was she, my fucking nemesis. It was she, the first pussy I ever tasted. It was she. But now, it's 5 years later, and she still calls me from time to time, and she loves nothing more than to fill this pearl tongue of mine. But wait, like I said, I was fucking a woman long before I knew I was bisexual. So if I ever run into you again, I would like to thank you for introducing me to her. Word.
Oh, oh, oh! I don't know if it's the tequila or Melanie's poetry, but it is hot and
Thank you.
thank you for popping it off, y'all. It's only event number one outside of the, like the welcome and the orientation. It's only event number one of Southern Fried, and this is how we kicking off the week, yo. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. Thank you so much for your poem. Thank you so much for your poem, Melanie. Here we go. Here we go. All right, people. We got one more poet. That's a lie. I'm looking at my list wrong. On deck is Georgie Lee. Coming up next, y'all make some noise for Spectrum.
Hi, can everybody hear me? Cool. My name is Leilani. That's what my mom calls me. It was the tune of my existential crisis at the age of 14. You see, it means heavenly child, the after image of my parents' miscarriage, shorthand for the hopes for two children poured into one. So maybe that's why I never seemed to feel like a whole person. I loved it and hated it in equal parts. I was proud not to be lost in a sea of names just like mine, and embarrassed at the way they always pronounced it wrong at the doctor's office. I ran scared at the thought of being hailed as a survivor, despised, carrying the weight of a never-born sibling on my shoulders when I still couldn't figure out how to want what they never got, a chance to live. I felt like a poorly plagiarized Degas, a ballerina whose leaps always stumbled just short of the daughter my mother never thought she would have. My name is Lonnie. It's what I tell people to call me, a throwback to a time when a childhood friend couldn't wrap her tongue around my given name's 3 syllables and silent letters. I've shortened it to give myself an illusion of neutrality, of control over how the world sees me. Of course, I still wear the name with tits and red lipstick, and a phrase that never makes it out of my throat. I know I'm wearing a dress, but please call me they. I'm more than just my mother's daughter, more than just my father's son, more than just the ephemeral in between, the ghost I've spent 28 years trying to live up to. And I'm not a Degas, I'm a Dali, because if you know what to look for, I'll change before your eyes from elephant to swan and back again, abstract and undefinable, except to say that I'm not really one thing or the other, I just am. My name is Leland, but people don't really call me that. Like the name I was given at birth, it's got a silent E. If you say it quickly, it sounds like a mispronunciation of that name. Maybe that's why I picked it. Not quite myself and not quite anyone else. It's a first small step away from who I was, but it's not quite far enough because my name is Adrian. And it's been years since I bought my first binder, but I'm not usually brave enough to wear it out. I'm still trying to believe that that's okay. I wear makeup and dresses and button downs, and my hairdresser never cuts my hair the way I like it. And I want you to call me they, but the truth is I rarely ask for it because I don't think I deserve it. I file away every correctly used pronoun like an optional offering to the temple of my body, and I don't know why I can't make myself believe that I'm worth more than that. True, I am under renovation. But does that mean I am incomplete, scratch and dent, sold as is? I don't know. All I know is my name is Adrian, and I'm getting better at saying it out loud. Thank you.
Y'all show some love in the chat in the comment section for Adrian, aka Spectrum. Also make sure keep your microphones muted. Thank you for that poem. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, people. All right, yes, that's right and right there. That's right. Woo! I love it. I'm reading the comments as they're coming through, people. That's just all I'm doing. Spectrum is a great name. It's a beautiful name. Okay. We got one poet left to bring us home, to close us out, to shine the light, to do all the things. But before we do, quick announcements. Y'all are here because you're here for Southern Fried Poetry, kicking it off today, first day of Southern Fried Poetry. But that means that we have an entire week of events, and that starts the competition officially tomorrow.
Hello?
Yes, we hear someone
Wait,
speaking.
there's something wrong with my phone.
Oh no! We don't want anything wrong with your phone.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Maybe I shouldn't be, but that's okay. I welcome you into this space. We're celebrating all voices. All right.
I keep muting them. I don't know if they're a participant or what's going on.
These things happen. It's the virtual space.
If you want to perform, send Chippy a message.
There you go. That's the way we do it. I was on a call earlier and people were like, a Zoom call. I say call, it's a Zoom call. And people were like, I can't wait till we can like meet in person and no longer have glitches. I'm like, bitches, be real. There's still going to be glitches. Real life is full of glitches. But it's that's a whole nother poem, y'all. So.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Tracy. If it's urgent, maybe you're trying to get on the mic. If not, we're going to have to, what's going on?
Tracy. 3, 2, 1. All right, moving on. So again, if you're here, it's probably because you're here for Southern Fried, and so we want you guys to experience all of Southern Fried tonight. It's just the first night. Starting tomorrow, the competition kicks off, and I know y'all got your own bouts to worry about. You got to practice and all that fun stuff, but please try and make it out to all the other events and support the other teams, because the poetry you will hear is life-changing.
Jibby, we have one more person in the comment asking if there's one more chance to
I
add
got a
them.
poem. Is it too late? Q, you on deck. All right. That's the way we're going. Because I got a plan. Q, you on deck. Got it. So the poetry you will hear this week is life-changing. Make sure you make it out to the bouts. Support the other poets. The bouts this week, Tuesday through Friday, 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to SouthernFriedPoetrySlam.com to get all the information. Make sure you sign up so that you can attend. You can watch. You can also watch it on SouthernFriedPoetrySlam.com or on their YouTube channel. Just make sure you support and just take it all in, people. Because Southern Fried is one of the most beautiful competitions and gatherings of poets that happens in this country. So please and thank you, do that. And then also tomorrow night, 11 p.m. after all the competitions are done, it's the Slam Master Slam. So you want to hear some heavy hitters. You want to hear some seasoned pros, some veterans coming at each other. Because that's where the tea is. You go to the Slam Master Slam tomorrow, 11 p.m. But tonight, we got two more poets. On deck is Georgie Lee, but that means coming up next to the microphone. Last minute sign up. Y'all make some noise for Q. Q, bring yourself off mute. Come on, let's go.
Evening, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much for the last minute green light. I'm going to do a little something unconventional and play this straight off my phone because I was scrambling for the text, couldn't find it. So here it is. I abandoned my child. I abandoned my boy. I abandoned my child. I abandoned my boy. I abandoned my child. I abandoned my boy. Insert backspace, delete, pulsing cursor. Insert backspace, delete, pulsing cursor. Shaft and wanton vault, deposit disappears, echo chamber. Shaft and wanton vault, deposit disappears, echo chamber. Chamber filled soon thereafter, old deposits rejected. Your money ain't no good here. Don't worry, she says. It's already paid for. Road trip, friends, no invite for you. Distant waning vibe gone static through fiber optics. Insert heart emoji, backspace, delete, pulsing cursor, 404 shift error, 404 shift error, 404 shift error, blank screen, dial tone, echo chamber, lost control, program, alt, delete, connection, download, all matter of corpses, relationship, and old versions of self and software and tear in belly holding new models from entwined wiring, upload, blank screen, pulsing cursor, signaling call for entry of new program from base to software and tear of new entry into outdated hardware, hardwired for old model of being no longer good here. Analog boy lost in sauce of digital whirlpool of girl gone high voltage, girl he in and girl in him. Pulsing cursor, new life, blank screen, delete, pulsing cursor, new life, blank screen, enter, new program, writes itself, overwrites old programming, deletes you, all left of you. I abandoned my child, reboot, uploads lost files, I abandoned my child, new life of pulsing cursor in girl, delete, new life of pulsing girl and boy, enter, and 2 wounds, 1 birth, 2 bastards, 1 death, brown mama, black daddy, black baby, delete, delete, queer mama, queer daddy, delete, brown womb stained in black seed, delete, white out in hipster cowboy, blank screen filled with new programming, brown mama, delete, pulsing curse, tender birth of scorned life, long smothered in toxic casing, decades old, I abandoned my child, all hail the rebirth, synchronized swimmers in separate wombs, twins perhaps, 1 dead at hands of white doctor, other fighting black hands, puppet strung by white patriarchy. I abandoned my child, noose my boy as fetus, but he kicked back like a snare, reverbs through all manner of chakras and nidras, new programming, too high voltage for hard drive, all manner of meltdown and mold, new model of molten remains, all manner of breakdown and breakthrough. I abandoned my child. He did not abandon me. She and me pregnant at the same time, both seeds mine, this one will live. She and me, feathers of a dead bird, wings torn in 2 separate directions. No wonder 2 ducks in backyard on day of seed planted, 2 children in Ia's vision, 2 burnt eggs on my stovetop day after the abortion. She and me, pregnant at the same time, both seeds mine. One will live, one will live, one will live.
Y'all show some love in the comment section in the chat for Q. I think we can all just take a collective after that poem. Q, bringing the feels into the digital world. Y'all show the motherfucking love. All right, people. One more poem. One more poet. Here we go. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Queer Open Mic. Kicking off the poetry at Southern Fried. I'll make more announcements after this, but right now, I'm a tapper. I have a notepad. I'm a tapper. I'm sorry for the sound effects. Right now, coming to the microphone, y'all show some love for the last poet of the evening. Buddha! It's Georgie Lee!
Hey, what's up? All right, let's get into it. T-shirt ad on Facebook reads, God is so dope. And it flashes me back to when my God was dope. Taken back to the last line I snorted while staring down my reflection. Bloody noses played hide and seek with a shot of tequila, and no new groceries touched my pantry that week. I watched bananas turn into an autumn forest. On the night that lasted a calendar page, dancing with Tina under fluorescent silence, her whispers making hickeys on my neck. This was a promised land. My God, if I ever knew one. The bulge of my meth bag in my back pocket gave rock bottom a new meaning. Baptized in tap water and married to my rage, I vowed to love Tina in sickness and in health, And I'm in hell thinking about the way she sings hallelujah when no one's listening. A church that accepted me and my faults as the weekly offering until I'm in the back of an NA meeting, afraid to admit I am only hours clean. My bride still finding her way out of my pores during the serenity prayer, sitting Hail Mary full of grace. Amen and amen offer to be my sponsor, but I blocked his number a minute before relapse. Question: what is an addict if not a tornado? Will it try to clean up its mess? Does it care if forests or trees or whether you hear it fall or not? I've heard that I'd be in recovery forever, whether sober or relapsing or both. For a brief second, I carve the scent of hope out of everything. I watch it bleed. I fold into my band-aids as they come. This forever recovery, it's a lockdown on its own. It's a virus set viral inside of my veins, and there's no more jaw dancing in the sunrise. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't beg her to whisper. Lingering lovesick lullabies licking my ears, tapping the tops of tables to the song of her sirens in hopes that I never forget her rhythm, her voice, the way our bodies move together. But I've stopped searching for the light through the holes of a crack pipe. I've stopped listening to whatever God I made her out to be. Know now that she is only a prayer. Tina praying on another Holy Spirit. False idols staking claim on an unspoken generational curse, and I rebuke her. And how white the rock had to be for me to call it heaven, and I rebuke her. And how trained my eye must have been the time before this, and I rebuke her. And how one day at a time has turned into a lifetime to-do list. Thank you.
Yo, make some noise, show some love in the comment section in the chat for Georgie Lee bringing us home here tonight on our queer open mic. Y'all are here. Y'all are here. Y'all are valid. You are valid. You are important. You matter. You are here. And you could have been anywhere else in the world, or you could have not been here in this world, but you are here. And that fucking matters. So thank you. Absolutely thank you to absolutely everyone that participated in this open mic. Can we just show love for everybody? Can we just do that? Like, I want to see that comment section. It's on this side for me. I want to see that comment section.
I say this is the chance, Chippy, for everyone to turn on their mic and their video.
Do that
and cheer.
Yeah.
Blow my eardrums.
There we go. Yeah.
Fuck it up, poets.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Just like
Everybody was fired tonight. Absolutely.
Done.
Let's go to work.
Y'all, let's go to church.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, as queer folk have our own churches, right?
We really do.
Pray to the altar of share sometimes. I don't know.
There you go.
Y'all decide your own deities. Yes.
That part.
Thank you. We decide our own deities. We decide our own family. We decide our own fate, people. All right. So can nothing hold us down. I love hearing y'all's voices. Oh my God. Real people.
Y'all make me all warm and fuzzy. Maybe it's the look, though. I don't know.
Warm and fuzzy and a little bit wet. Okay.
Yeah, my favorite shit.
Tony's poem.
That's the next poem. That's a whole nother poem.
It really is.
Whole nother poem there.
Definitely.
Don't get me started. I have a poem called "Feels Great, Big Loads, Eggplant Heart Emoji." That's
you're so amazing. I already like it.
Y'all, thank you so much for sharing this space tonight. Thank you for sharing this space tonight. And Hensbo, you right. Ain't no better way to kick up Southern Fried than with a queer open mic, because we know how to turn that shit up. So shout out to all of y'all who shared some work tonight, and thank you for sharing your work tonight as it's being dropped in the chat and probably the comment section on YouTube. I don't know. Make sure you watch all of the I'm gonna assume it was supposed to say restream or live stream or the rest of the live streams. You could also watch the restroom. I don't know if that's your kink, but www.southernfriedpoetryslam.com. All of the events this week are going to be on southernfriedpoetryslam.com, so you can go and watch them if you don't catch them live. But try and catch them live, especially them bouts. Because these are the times that the poets and the teams have been working towards for months, sometimes years, sometimes days. It doesn't matter. They've been putting in the work, right? And trying to showcase what they do best. So try and show up for them live streams live. 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. tomorrow through Friday, Eastern Standard Time, whatever that means to you, wherever you're joining us from in this entire world. So many teams coming through, so many individual poets coming through. It is fire, it is lit, it is stacked, it is happening, y'all. And then, of course, tomorrow night, the Slam Master Slam, where all the tea comes out, where you just see like decades-long grudges just come head to head. This is where it happens. Tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, again on southernfriedpoetryslam.com or on their YouTube page. Y'all are here because you know what's happening, so I assume you got the newsletter, you get the memos, you know what's up. I'm done, y'all. This has been great. I'm so excited.
Everybody clap for Jimmy, everybody. Yeah.
You can do that too.
I'm stopping the stream.
Get your tickets at eventbrite.com. I was checking the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Get your tickets at eventbrite.com. Just look for Southern Fried Poetry Slam.